Hey, I finally figured it out. I finally realized. Scavenger here, by the way. Just heads up, this will be a very NSFW, not safe for work video. Because I'm gonna be talking about, the sex, if you will. See, I've got this problem where I've got like a very high libido, but I don't like to have like. Let's see. Are we a minute past? Yeah. No, we're not. But I don't like to have a lot of intercourse. I do like to have a lot of intercourse, but I don't want to have it all the time. I don't know. It's like a both. Whatever. And see, I've got this. She's not a girlfriend. She's like a friend with benefits. I got this friend with benefits, and the past like couple days, she's been wanting to go, man. And I don't know, I'm not in the mood, I'm not feeling it, and it's obviously not that I'm not attracted to her or something like that, which I feel like that's the mood she's, no, not mood, but like that's the vibe she's getting off, and it's like, no, 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 I'm still definitely attracted and stuff like that, but like I'm just not in the mood right now, man. And I've been kind of teasing myself about it because now, in a literal sense, to be clear, if you are not in the mood, you do not have to partake. Like that is perfectly fine. No one should ever force you, coerce you, convince you. You shouldn't have to convince someone to sleep with you, or vice versa. Someone should not have to convince them to sleep with you. It should be both of you want it. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not talking about consent. I'm talking about like attitude, I guess. Like if you like mindset, I guess. Anywho, that little addendum out of the way. But no, like I'm just not wanting to do her, and she's like wanting me, to do her, and like I said, I've been teasing myself like this is like the DJ Khaled like suffering from success. Waiter, my steak is too juicy and my lobster too buttery. I know, first world problems. I'm complaining that a chick wants to bang me. Who knew this is where my life would end up? You know what I mean? I went from like a fucking, virgin loser, well, I was never a loser, thank you very much. I was, no, I'm joking. But anyways, no, no, like, I'm legitimately at the point where I'm just not in the mood. I mean, she could be like Mandy Muse, and I ain't, well, if she was Mandy Muse, I'd be in the mood. I'll say that. Don't tell her that, But, if she was, but anyways, that brings up a good point. Mandy Muse, right? So, I've been jerking off like crazy the past few days. And, like, I do have, like, a high libido. I literally, like I said, I jerk off, like, pretty much a lot. And I'm not gonna say any numbers because we don't want to say numbers, no need to get into specifics here. But no, like, I've been jerking off still, even though I don't really feel like, sleeping with her. By the way, this Tabasco Monster Slim Jim, it's fucking good, man. And it does not lie. It is Tabasco. It is hot. Excuse me. Anyways, part of the reason I don't want to sleep with her right now is my freaking nose is super stuffy. I don't know if you could tell from my voice, but my freaking allergies are acting up, and I don't want to be like about to pass out and like, you know what I mean, while I'm doing it. So that's one reason. So hopefully that clears out my sinuses. But anyways, I got a high libido. I've been joking off, and it hit me. I finally understood because I myself didn't understand. I was like, I do want to, I'm just not in the mood. I don't want to. It's the difference between going out to eat and cooking a home cooked meal. In a lot of respects, especially if you're a good cook, home cooked meal is way better. But going out to eat is a lot easier. all you gotta do, and I'm not talking like even a fancy restaurant, I'm talking like fast food, like McDonald's. Like, porn is McDonald's. You know, I could just go down to McDonald's, get myself a fucking quarter pounder, and quarter pounder, I hardly know her. You know? And, that kind of doesn't really fill me up too much, It's not good for me. All the metaphors you want to attribute it. Feel free to attribute it. But I love a good home-cooked meal. I've been making a few home-cooked meals. I made some salmon and succotash, actually. That was really good. And then, what else did I make? I made a, shepherd's pie. I made a shepherd's pie, and that was really freaking good, man. And I made it for cheap, too. I made it with, like, one of those, recipe guides for, like, under, X amount of dollars. But I'll tell you what, I do a lot more than make home-cooked meals. Those two I listed off, those were, like, the past two... those were the last two meals that I made in the past, like, 5 months. Unless you count, like, pizzas, like DiGiorno's and stuff like that, but I don't really count that. But I don't always want to make a home-cooked meal. And I don't always want to have sex, even though having sex is fucking awesome. Am I right, fellas? Am I right, girlies? Girlies, what the fuck? But no, I finally, it clicked, I finally thought about it in the right context, I guess, and was like, yeah, I love both of these things. Because sometimes, I will say this, I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry, fellas, sometimes McDonald's is better, Sometimes I can get every possible imaginable thing from McDonald's, okay? And any takeout place, But, and the metaphor is fetishes and stuff like that. I can get anything from McDonald's. But, at home cooked meals, I've only got what I got on me, My lady friend, she, I'm not even gonna say the things, but she won't do some things, She's just not into this, and that's perfectly fine. I will never force a particular, fetish or kink onto someone else. I don't want to do that. That is not what I am friends with her for. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to anyone. I want to find people who are like-minded and, happen to just have those as well. And those are like those perfect meals that you make. Or if you go to someone else's house and they make like a perfect meal, I guess would be the case in this instance. And you bite into that like succulent, say steak that someone made, and it's like it's heaven. It's like, wow, this is everything that I've wanted in a steak. This is exactly what I want. That's the metaphor, It's like, I finally found somebody that, like, hey, can make a pretty damn good steak. She's like a home-cooked meal at my house, or at her house. But she's like a home-cooked meal at home. Other people, like, you find that one person, whatever, they're like a home-cooked meal at somebody's house that can really cook, like if you go over for an event, like a game night or whatever, I don't know. And you're like, wow, you made this? And then, the internet is McDonald's and Taco Bell and Burger King and all their fucking places. Because it's not good for you, but you can get everything. And sometimes you want the not good for you stuff. Sometimes you just want some salty fries. Sometimes you just want some like fucking calories and cholesterol on a bun. And, as long as you don't overindulge, I think that's fine. As long as you don't overdo it, as long as you're not every single meal, I'm still banging her. I haven't stopped. I'm just kind of on a break right now because I ain't feeling it. And I kind of hope she watches this, and I kind of hope she doesn't watch this. I don't know, because, like, I'm worried this, like, my extended metaphors and stuff like that aren't going to get across, or they're going to come across in the wrong way. Because I don't mean, like, any offense, She's smoking hot, hell of a gal. She's actually pretty fun to be around most of the time. I mean, just, like, I got very little bad to say about her. But, I don't know. Does anybody else feel like this? Anybody else in the same situation I am? I mean, it's a pretty unique one. I'll give you that. But anybody else feeling this? Again, just suffering from success. My steak's too juicy. My lobster too buttery. But like, like today, like right now, I'm kind of dodging her a little bit. I'll admit. Because, see, it was, alright, what day is today? Today is Monday, right? No, today's Sunday. Today's Sunday. Saturday. Friday. Thursday. Alright. I was over at her house, and I was just talking to her, just chit-chatting, And she wanted to go, to go, you know what I mean? Like, home. And I turned her down. I was like, no, it's kind of late, and I'm cold, because it's wintertime where, in this current, filming. I was like, it's kind of late, and I'm cold, and also, I made up some lie about, like, I haven't showered in a few days, which, like, I was like, I haven't showered in 4 days, you probably don't want me anyways. And she was like, well, I haven't showered in 1, which I was thinking, but no, I'm joking. But anyways, she really want to go, and I turned it down, And I was like, it's kind of just late. How about Saturday? Okay, this was Thursday, mind you. I was like, how about Saturday night? Well, today's Sunday. Saturday night rolls around last night. I go over to her place. Jeez. I go over to her place, right? And she's completely fucking forgot we agreed to, Saturday. And, she's already taken her sleep medication and stuff like that. Well, not sleep medication, but, like, medication that makes her sleepy, and it's already, like 9:30 by the time I get off work and get over there and stuff like that. And apparently she's not wanting to go. And see, the thing is, and I won't tell her this because it's not her fault. It is my fault. I chose to do this. Nobody made me. But, like, I tried one of these things. So this is like a little aphrodisiac in a bottle, I guess. It's supposed to, like, get you going or whatever. And I drank that before going over there, and then I found out that she was sleeping. But turns out it's not a big deal anyways, because that shit didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Like, I pounded the whole bottle. You're supposed to. I didn't, like, I drank the whole bottle. Didn't do a thing. I guess, like, maybe it's like one of those, it doesn't activate until you activate, quote-unquote, things. I don't really know. I don't know how it works. I'm just saying, didn't do anything for me anyways. But I have been left with, that situation before where I've tried, like, other things, and they have worked. So, I lucked out this time. And, again, that's not on her. That's on me. I'm just saying, like, it was like, damn, Well, anyways, so now... And last night, she said, she was, like, really tired because that medicine makes her sleepy, so I wasn't in the mood. She wasn't in the mood, I'm not one of those, like, sleep guys. That's really weird. Like, that is very dangerously bordering on, like, like, I'm not trying to do all that. So we agreed, like, hey, well, maybe tomorrow we'll see, because I have off, she has off, and, like, work, I mean, And, we agreed to, like, say, like, hey, maybe, when you wake up, give me a call. We'll see, who knows. And now, I am genuinely going somewhere, because I have to go, like, meet somebody. Thing is, though, is I don't know when I'm going to meet somebody because they're doing this and they said when they get back they would give me a call. That could be in the next 5 minutes, that could be in an hour. However, I'm choosing to use that a little bit, sorry, as an excuse to not go over there because I'm just not feeling it. I'm sorry. And, like, I'm not a bad person, okay? But I may or may not have already jerked off anyways. I'm not a bad person. It's just, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm sorry, And to be clear, I will be feeling it in the future, I don't like banging in the wintertime, that's what's funny is that's apparently like when a lot of people get really busy because it's the cozy season. You get all cozy, but like I don't really like banging in the wintertime. It's fucking cold, and like yes, it's warm in the house, but like you have to come out of the cold to like go in the house and stuff, and it's just like, and that's not a metaphor. I'm being literal with that one, but like I don't know. I don't like doing it in the cold, Actually, I'm a freaking liar because I like banged someone literally in the snow not too long ago. Yeah, my friend with benefits is we're like open, obviously. So I mean, clearly I'm a liar. But I don't know, man. And then you know what? While we're just laying everything out, because nobody knows who I'm talking about, I'll admit, maybe I'm a bad person for this. So listen, I know she's a real person. You know what I mean? She's not, some porn actress. She's not some OnlyFans girl, which I'll never understand. Like OnlyFans, like why in this day and age, like OnlyFans seems to be the thing that would have killed back in the day of like porno mags, But nowadays, why would you ever pay? Are you dumb? Like I don't understand that. I don't understand that. That being said, anyways though, I got fucking Slim Jim stuck in my tooth. Well, anyways though, I understand that she's a real woman. And that real, human beings and real women, like sometimes you're not the most attractive. So like she's got like this stomach virus thing and it's causing her to be constipated all the time. And again, I know she's a real woman and and a real person. I shouldn't judge her, but like all this bitch has been talking about like the past like two like not months, but like last month, all she's been talking about is how she can't shit and her colonoscopy appointments and stuff like that. And I'm sorry if you just constantly mention wanting to take a shit. I'm not exactly wanting to go over there. I'm not. I'm. Not, you know what I mean? Like it's like we would be doing there anyways. But I'm just saying, like I just it kind of puts a bad taste in the mouth. I don't want to go over there. And I know that I'm in the wrong here. Because I'm judging. I'm being negative and not accepting of the fact that, again, real people have real problems, you know what I mean? Like, and I do genuinely feel for her, like, that sucks, bro. That's a really shitty situation. It's so easy. It was right there. It was right there. It was so easy. But, like, I do... Hey, I got that. Freaking sling. Hold on. I don't know. I can't get it. Driving me nuts. I hope it doesn't show up on camera. The whole video, I've just got, like, some freaking slab of Slim Jim in my mouth, in my teeth. Hopefully I can get it out with the rest of it. But do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be, like, a bad person. I'm not trying to be judgy. I'm not trying to be a douchebag. But, like, if I was constantly talking to her about how, like, I don't know, if I was constipated, literally just the exact same situation. If I was, like, just constantly talking to her about shitting, say it was the opposite. Say I, like, had diarrhea, and, like, a irritable bowel syndrome. and I was just constantly telling her about, like, yeah, I shit my pants the other day. By the way, you want to blow me? You see that, like, changes the situation. You know what I mean? It kind of puts it in perspective, because it's like, I don't know, man. I just not in the mood. It's I kind of like to keep those two separate. I'm not one of those two girls, one cup kind of guy. I'm not. That shit's nasty. Come on, you can come up. But like, so I if you just constantly mention that, I don't know. I feel like I'm not. It's just, it's like all I can kind of think about. I mean, like, I don't know, man. And it kind of just, till she, quits mentioning that every time I see her, she's gonna be painted in a certain light, because it is every time. Like, this all she talks about. Like, I get that you have, like, an active situation going on, and I get that I should be sentimental to it, but it's all you fucking talk about. And then all of a sudden you want to turn around and be like, hey, you want to get busy? No, no, I don't actually. Maybe I'm a douchebag, but I don't want to get busy. What do you want me to, like? I don't know, man. So yeah, I'll let you go. Get back to me, and let me know if you guys are in a similar situation, or have ever been in a similar situation to any of, like, the multiple situations I listed that I'm in and stuff like that. I've been scavenger reviews though. This is Meow Meow. She just came up, so heck, hello. And yeah, we've been scavenger reviews. Like, comment, subscribe. Hype me up. Do all the YouTube stuff. Yeah. I have an Instagram as well, so, like, follow me there. But anyways, peace.